Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the banter with Mohawkwebu and me. I'm Mohawkwebu. Today, I want us to talk about the appearance of Focalistic, go the sobering podcast. Bafethu, akisoyile hole. I just wanna appreciate the beautiful work that has been done. I now understand why Focalistic doesn't want to mix with the energies of MacG's and them. This, for me, I'll tell you a few things. I have loved the fact that this guy's energy, he looks like someone who protects his energy. There are plenty of things that came out of the podcast. First of the things that came out of the podcast is that I don't think I've never had a chance to have an interview Focalistic more relaxed thing. There are many things that are picked up from the boy that I loved. I love the fact that from the podcast, and you who's watching this right now, go and check Focalistic episode, Go Sobering podcast. Those boys from Val, Kizu, Khotmani, and the rest of them, I'll remember their names right now. I love the guy who does the intro. Damn it. I love the aesthetics. I love the fact that they were just in a beautiful space, building warm conversations we should be having as black brothers, and validating one another in a positive way, finding critical questions to ask. I definitely enjoyed the show. The niggas have not been putting a lot of episodes, but when this one came out, I told myself that I'm gonna give myself enough time because I'm a person who works shifts. So when I'm free, I'm home, I'm gonna watch this, and I just wanted to comment. Focalistic, Villiers, a place where you were supposed to be performing, but unfortunately you couldn't make it. I've forgiven you long time ago when I heard that you already apologized and put out the video mo le kopa ntshwarelo hore tla re bona second half. But most importantly, Autiaka, I am so humbled by your story. Your mind is on another level, dog. The way you see entertainment and the way you see yourself, it is on another level. There's a word that came out there, self-grandization. I loved that as well. So Focalistic says self-grandization, it's when people are more interested in the self, in what Kitola in now, I cannot come there and in, but he says we should do less with that. We should think more on a communal mind of collaboration. He concluded it by saying it's just collaboration over competition. Just a lot of beautiful things. I also got to learn from the Sobering podcast that he did a listening session for his new work, and I'm so excited about it. Look, man, actually a person who actually gave me a break in what I could say today I'm working was some guy from Kada, Kantlila. I didn't fit to so I'm in love with the language, I'm in love with the brand in terms of the aesthetics, how you look, how you dress yourself, you are brand friendly, and everything that you think of, you put it into action. And the story of your Honda, I didn't even know that you rode on a Honda, bruh. So on how you'd move from one place to the other, the story on how you met Major League. So remember, guys, this is a reaction video. I'm literally not going to take the entire podcast, 1 hour of it, and put it here, but I'm going to react on it. So these are the points that I picked up from the podcast. These are the points that I felt like the boys were doing an amazing job, man. I just keep on wanting to remember the names of other hosts, I love the guy from your TV. I think I've met with him in my performing days before energies were not good. I love him. He's a young boy who's got a good heart. I've never met anybody. The Fred boy, fat. Your openings lines as well. Your raps. Look, dog, you dope. I love you. I love your vision. I love the fact that every time I see you, you represent excellence in many ways. And the fact that you got your big brother there, not wanting to remind you that he's big, but at the very same time making sure. I love his intro. Bafethu kikitso. Hey man, so I remember the Fred, I mean, I design the Fred what. I just need to remember my bitso abona kapa ke motheo kapa ke mang. But you know, you'll forgive me, guys. All I wanted to do was to give props to beautiful interview that was taken, beautiful work that was done, and the amazing platform that allowed me chance to sit down, because I feel as much as Focalistic has done so much job in, you know, having this beautiful brand that can be able to attract other brands and then be able to elevate him to the next level. I feel there is a certain percentage of what has been put out there that has led us misunderstanding the character Focalistic, you know. And when they spoken about his biggest inspiration, it touched a little bit on the song that Casper said that he even inspired people like Foka. That's true. But when Foka answered that question, he answered it with wisdom. He says, if there is anybody in this world that who has been my fan from day one, it's my mom. King, mfethu nna ke batla ho wishetsa everything of the best. You really have your head screwed up in the right way. I hear your listening session was amazing. Over 3,000 people who came. That's another bar that you're taking it high. And the fact that you explained on how Pretoria music industry works in terms of collaboration over competition, in terms of this thing goes way beyond the fact that I'm gonna come to your show, I'm gonna come to the studio, or when I call you, you're gonna come to me. The fact that even work that we put out there in terms of how they look, the music video, you said in which bank robbery, in which it's fun, and then yours is coming, Opabi Cooper and them. Guy, this is the truth that we've been wanting. This is the type of work relations in terms of music, in terms of art, we've been looking for, I've been praying for. If this was Martin Luther saying, I had a dream, this is the dream that I'm talking about, Foka. Guys, you did good. I'm very proud of the episode. There was nothing negative I picked up. The vibes were good. I'm not sure if you guys have had previous relations before, but I could tell there is so much respect between both of you guys, and all of you are young, including Kitso. Young, Liwa Sesotho, Liwa Sipitori, so proud. So all I could say is that we would like to have more of such episodes where we just come and just become warm in terms of stories. Oh, stories of struggles are Focalistic. They're not that bad, but you realize that this is someone who grew up in a privileged home but refused to take the privilege and make it his. Went out there to clubs, performance. You know, he said the first payment he remember getting while he was still performing was a bottle of something. Can you imagine how sure can one be when they're accepting such payment about themselves and their art and their craft? That I know I'm big, I know I have this something that South Africa doesn't have, but I will be able to take this bottle that you're giving me as my first payment. Guess where the boy is? And I just learned a lot, man. The song From Pitori to Paris as well, I haven't listened to it. I'm telling you who's watching this, please go out there and listen to that and get the new streamer project in Focalistics. Go watch Sobering Podcast. I enjoyed those guys as well. So guys, it just has been very wonderful. That's my feedback. So this will fall into my podcast banter, where I discuss my feedback on and banters that I want to share with you regarding podcasts that are taking place. And please stay tuned, because after here I'm recording an episode about Eugene Koza Alimoli ko MacG. Another thing as well that I learned from that thing, huge thing from Eugene. Love the beard, but I can't wait to record that episode. Guys, please remember to like and subscribe. I have a vision, and that vision sometimes might include you pressing that subscribe button, but most of the time my vision is to share my story, share my opinion, get people to understand where I stand in terms of whatever current affairs that is happening, but most importantly build a brand around myself that is will be so friendly that I can be able to be invited in other places. I needed to forget, I was speaking to someone who was consuming my content and says, Mo, how about you don't share, or what is it that you do, and you should need to share your businesses so that people when they come there they can realize what is it that you do. Number one,